how long is the process of actually getting the planning of the well to be able to actually dig?
You need to mobilize the rig, prepare the pad. That may take a couple of months. And the actual drilling will depend how deep you drill. You could be talking between 3 to 6 months per well. But if Andy wants to add anything to this.
No, of course there's some upfront planning, but that kind of sums it up. So I think that's a fair summary.
I think just to add to that, I think one of the things that we have looked at a lot, and we're actually doing this now, is the repurposing of existing wells. So where a lot of focus has always been on drilling wells. We have millions of wells around the world that potentially carry a vast amount of liability, both for the oil and gas operators and for the potential even governments in many respects, if the wells are left and a company that has them ownership is not able to complete them wells properly after the production. So the ability to try and use the heat from existing wells, which we know is there, and there's a lot of data on every single well that's been drilled generally, because logging is part of the process and that data is available. We can actually use a lot of these wells for energy. So being able to use existing wells to produce clean energy, or in many cases even during production, to use the wells and use the heat in the well, for example with our CoPro well solution, is to actually produce clean energy from the heat in the well, which then helps to decarbonize the footprint of the operational site, and whilst you're producing oil and gas or hydrocarbons, as well as obviously looking at the reusing that well once the field has been depleted. So there's a lot of benefit in trying to use the infrastructure we already have, and that goes also for things like coal-fired, gas-fired power plants, or any infrastructure that already exists that needs maybe decommissioning in fossil fuel sense, could also be repurposed if we will look at it properly, to use for the application of geothermal. So actually repurposing the existing infrastructure with geothermal energy to actually use that existing transmission and distribution system to actually carry on using it for clean energy. And these are things that we've currently looked at, and we've done a lot of modeling and studying on this, and I think these are definitely things that we'll be involved or be doing very shortly and in the near future.